Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Good morning, everyone. This is our second episode, but it's going to be a special episode because it's going to be about orientation and how I'm going to deal with you to perform well with the Cambridge IGCSE biology course. As you know, the title of our course or session is called The Secret to Cambridge IGCSE biology. And before I start, I would like also to convey tons of appreciation to those who contacted me last week when they saw and watched my first episode on cytology, the introductory to cytology and how I deal with it. And they promised me to follow because of this reason. However, they asked me for this orientation session before I do and how I am going to deal and actually what I want and how I will prepare the students for this examination. And this is the reason of why I'm doing this orientation for you. So they actually, I kindly see a lot of gratitude about what they have said. Thank you, all of you, and I hope that we will continue to strengthen our relationship together as a teacher from one point and a father from the other point. Let us go one by one. Okay, the first thing all my followers have to know is that this group of lectures under the name of the Secret to Cambridge IGCSE biology is designed for the students who will take their biology exam next May 2023 and after that. That means students who will take theirs in 2024 and 2025. Why? Because there is a lot of deviation or change between the two syllabi of 2022 and 2023. From 2023 and on, there is a new syllabus. A lot of subjects have been removed from the previous syllabus, from the 2022 syllabus, so we cannot match them together. This is one reason. The second reason is because the time is tight. I cannot finish. I will not have a real time to finish the full course the way that I would like to finish it. For those who are going to take their will take their exam next November or next October. This is the two reasons. There is a new syllabus that is different from the syllabus of 2022, and the second is that the time is challenging and it is very tight to give them the benefit that I believe in it. So this is the way. Okay, who is going to be my followers, or the best description of my followers? The best description is that all the exam takers that who are going to take IGCSE core or 0610 or 097. Those are going to be mine. To be more clear, I have three main objectives. I would like to achieve them with my students. The first objective is building students' understanding of biological concepts and widen their horizon, their biology horizon. The second one is developing students' reasoning skills and critical thinking in both theoretical portion and the scientific lab settings. The third thing is prepare students before taking their exam and develop their skills as exam takers. And I'm going to stop in the third one for a while just to explain something. There is a lot of students who are very good students. They are good at biology. They are good at laboratory settings or lab settings. They know how to deal with the experiments. They know how to deal with the information, but they are bad as exam takers. They are bad at exam. They can't do well. So I have a lot of strategies that we would like to gather to finish them. And for this, what I'm preparing is that, for example, I finished the cytology or the cell, for example. And after I finish all the cell, explaining what is the cell and all this information, and also getting some asking some questions about it, I'm going to prepare collateral session for question and answer. I'm going to bring you the questions that comes in the exam, previous exam. They came in the previous exams, and also try to solve it together and give you the tricks in each class, in each question. This is going to be one of my strategies. There is a lot of strategies, and I'm going to tell you about all of them, but when we have the time for that, or actually in the time that suits the each condition. Let us take a break, and then we come after completing what we are going, everything about our orientation. Now we're back again. We would like just to say very few words about the papers. Already you know this information, that you know that we have 6 papers. Each student has to take 3 papers, regardless of whether he is a core student or extended student. He is a 610 student or 970 students. It doesn't make a difference because you have to take 3 papers. Okay, which paper that I'm going to take? If I am a core student, I have to take the odd numbers, 1 and 3. And if I am an extended student, regardless of whether it is 610 or 970, I have to take 2 and 4. Okay, what about 5 and 6? We are going to exclude 5, and I'm going to tell you why we are going to exclude 5. We are going to take the alternative practical test, which is paper number 6. So the core student is going to take 1, 3, and 6, and also, but it is core, and the extended student is also going to take 2, 4, and 6. Okay, why we exclude 5? 5 is a real practical exam, and our schools are not prepared for that. And also during the COVID-19, there is no way to meet every now and then, and for this they create the alternative exam for the countries that do not have a suitable lab for their students, and also for the um, problems, health problem like the COVID pandemic. And each one of these has specific numbers, and now we are going to one by one for those. Uh, Paper 1, which is a core paper, and paper 2, they are similar in the way that the test is exposed to the students. So the time allowed for each paper is 45 minutes. The total marks is 40. The total number of questions are 40 questions. Each question with 4 multiple choice answers. There is only one answer is correct. One answer is correct, and you have to pick this one. If you divide the number of the questions to the time allowed, that means you have only 1 minute for each question and 5 minutes for final revision. So taking time more than it is need for question will affect either the time of other questions or the time of your revision. Paper 3 for the core and paper 4 for the theory extended. Both of them are theory, and both of them weigh 50% of the total marks. The time allowed is 1 hour 15 minutes for each paper. The total mark is 80 marks, and the type of question is short answer and structured questions. So it's for short answer questions and structured questions. Okay. The alternative practical in paper 6 is 1 hour. The time allowed is 1 hour. The total marks are 40. The questions will be based on the experimental skills in section 4. So this is all about this part, and I hope you understand this. We are going to revise everything when we come to the question segments or question sessions, question and answer sections. Let us take a little break. We're back again. Now I would like to tell you something how. Okay, they are going to ask you questions. They are going to ask you about your knowledge. Actually, what the examiner would like to test you, why, and what are the objectives of these things. So we are going to see the assessment objectives of each one. So the assessment, there are 3 assessment objectives. Assessment objective number 1 is to test your knowledge with understanding. And when they test your knowledge with understanding, that means this question is going to ask you about something or information in your book, in your syllabus, and have been taught by your teacher to you. You have it, you pass through it, and you know it, and you have to answer it. So if the question is directed towards assessment objective 1. It is a direct question that asks you directly about a knowledge that you know, and information present in your book. If you do not answer this question, that means you do not study well your book. Assessment objective number 2 is handling information and problem solving. Actually, they would like to ask to know or to test your ability to manipulate information. They would like, the examiners would like to test your ability to manipulate information. That means the question is indirect. The question is indirect. And they would like to test you, to test your ability of handling this information and how you can solve the problem you are facing. And the last one is the experimental skills and investigation. How you deal with experiment, how you design it, how you are going to answer it, how you are going to come to a conclusion, how the conclusions will lead you to the problem, and so on. And we are going to deal with this when we come with each question. At the time, we are going to take the questions chapter by chapter or unit by unit. Each one, let us see how they are going to weigh in the total IGCSE percent. In percent wise, number 1, which is assessment objective 1, knowledge with understanding, is 50%. So 50% of the questions are going to be about an information you know, an information present in your textbook, an information taught by your teacher, and so on. And an information you have the right notes about it. You know it, you study it, and you have to answer this one. The second one, which is assessment objective number 2, is handling information and problem solving, and this weighs 30% of the questions. So if I have 100% of the total, 30% is going to be an indirect question. They would like you to know how you manipulate those information, tie them together, untie them again, and try to solve the puzzle. And the third one is about the experiment, is 20. If you add all these together, you are going to come to 50. Okay, this is about the total. Okay, now how these are present in each paper. So for the first one, which is the assessment 01, which is about knowledge with understanding, you are going to have 63% of the question are in paper 1 and 2, and also in paper 3 and 4. 63% of them are direct question about an information you know, it is present in your book, in your textbook, in your notes, and have been taught by your teacher. Assessment objective 2, handling information and problems, is 37%. That means 37% of the questions in paper 1 and 2 and paper 3 and 4 are questions that need some sort of manipulation, need some sort of you see, move around the bush in order to come with a conclusion, a good conclusion, and a good answer. And last but not least is objective 3, assessment objective 3, experimental skill, and this is 100% in paper 5 and 4. We are gonna exclude paper 5 unless your school or your country will give you an opportunity to do your work in a specific, safe, and suitable lab. Now we come to the end of our class, our actually session here, and again there is no change between 0970 or 0610. Both of them are the same. They have the same. The only difference between them is the way that they grade your test. Thank you for attending this orientation. I'm sorry if it is a little bit long. It's reasonable, I think, about 22 minutes, and I hope it is benefit. From here on, we are going to spread our knowledge and go forward for the next session. Thank you and have a good time for all of you.